While most people may brush this sort of thing off as a childish holdover from a socially starved adolescence, I have been cursed with an insatiable curiosity, which has led me to probe deeply into facets of life the civilized world would much rather ardently deny even exist. What does this have to do with furries? Well, quite simply, I wanted to know where they come from. What exactly prompts someone to be attracted, in all senses of the word, to something that comes from an entirely distinct evolutionary lineage? The answer, I believe, is remarkably simple, and it is for that reason that I warn you now, continue watching this at your own risk. But in order to understand the origins of something, we must first identify what exactly it is we are talking about. What is a furry? Quite simply, it is a person, typically male, typically young, usually teens to early 20s, who displays a strong physical and/or emotional attraction to anthropomorphized animals, typically of the, well, furry variety. I suppose it may also do us well to quickly define anthropomorphizing, commonly abbreviated to anthro. It means giving human-like features and characteristics, physical or psychological, to something that is otherwise definitively not a human, i.e. a bipedal fox with white irises, opposable thumbs, dexterous facial musculature, and permanently developed breasts. What gives that and similar forms their appeal? Why is there a whole subculture surrounding them? What neurological screws do we have to loosen to get us to such a point? Well, obviously, the sexual allure comes from us transposing our own sexually dimorphic tastes onto an inhuman body plan. Certain features that the human male mind is hardwired to desire: wide hips, ample breasts, big eyes, etc. So why the animal? Why attach a shark's or a fox's or a wolf's or a lizard's head or tail to a human torso? Why go through the extra effort? Well, let me ask you this. Why do we care more when an animal dies than we do a human? We can watch John Wick massacre a small city's worth of people, all because one of them stomped his dog to death, and all actively cheer him on. Whenever I pose this quandary to people of why they'd rather have a dog than a human partner, I tend to get one of two responses. Either A, the animal is more loyal, or B, the animal does not judge me like humans would. Both of these answers are true, and the implications here are hopefully starting to make this puzzle's pieces start to click into place for you. The emotional benefits of owning a pet are that it will always be there and will never think to wonder, let alone care, if or how you fit into the social quagmire simply because that concept doesn't fit inside its head. This being the case, to me it stands to relatively elementary reason that the anthro-furry phenomenon may be easily described as a collective fantastical amalgamation of these two primeval spheres of human desires. In essence, all the pros of having a girlfriend and a pet mashed together with none of the cons. All the loyalty, companionability, trustworthiness, and unconditional love of a dog paired with the carnal and intellectual stimulation of a human relationship.